I guess I took this voice, but I thought it was gonna be somebody else.
No, you got the monk
I don't even
who's
know what voice.
Boss. You're
It's probably.
Boss. That's right, Snake. So I got about 3 hours of sleep.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, so I might be very smooth-brained. I stayed up
You.
for the direct and also finished Fire Emblem. I decided to get that out of the way. So,
Mhm. Just in time to go do another playthrough with Soren.
uh, how
I
much
mean,
is it? $30. Fuck.
I mean, you get if you do it now, you get um the Three Houses leaders, Tiki, Hector, Soren, and fucking Camilla.
Here's the thing. I don't need any of them.
No, you don't. You don't.
Did you look at the one spoiler I posted for how many characters there are in the final chapter?
No, and I'd rather not. But yeah,
Okay.
you
But the
probably
thing,
don't.
what I will say is, and that shouldn't be spoilers, you don't have enough people for all the
Yeah,
things.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean I haven't had enough people for them in a long time.
So,
Because I have the two extra.
yeah.
But I never use Tiki because she's too strong to be fun.
I
For me.
probably wouldn't use Tiki. I guess I could switch off Leaf. Leaf is not amazing.
Leaf isn't good. I
He
think
is
he's the worst
really
one.
good for grinding your skills. As an actual lord himself, he's kind of bad.
Yeah. But yeah, you get like those five, and then you'll also get like in the next wave you get like what they say it's fucking it's Crom and Robin, the dynamic dads,
Yeah.
and Veronica from Heroes, which who cares?
If it had
But
been
then
female Robin, it would have made perfect sense why she is locked to the right.
yeah, I mean yeah. No, but they've been ship baiting Crom and Male Robin in Heroes for like ages. I don't know if you knew about that.
I mean, you play the game, and like even if you don't
Well,
date him, Crom's like, "Here's." Rob's like, "What?
um
What are you talking about, Crom?"
but there's like a ton of summons in Heroes that are like Crom and Male Robin do it.
Yes. I mean, they shipped
Um,
them in fucking Smash.
but yeah, the main reason I bought the DLC like when I did is because I saw they said that the fourth wave was gonna have like extra story content, and I was like, everyone says like the gameplay is good. I want more gameplay. And that's what's also nice about the emblems is all of them except for the Three Houses leaders have a fucking paralogue to do.
Yeah.
Extra
Honestly,
maps.
I'm actually excited to see if the story's any good. You let me know if that story's any good.
Yeah, yeah, I will. I mean, if they fucking like, also if they continue to write Sora in this good, I'm going to literally like grind every single fucking Bond conversation.
Yeah, I
Just
commented along.
imagine anyone talking to his cranky ass.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
god.
commented along the story when I did 23. I did not comment in for the chapters after up to final because I did not want to spoil how many there were.
Hmm.
But what I will say is, oh my god, like there was like a moment, and there was another moment, and there was another moment that was really fucking good. It was like one of the most compelling moments I've ever seen from a Fire Emblem specific archetype ever. I'm like, what the fuck? How'd they do
Well,
this?
I will find out. I mean, the thing is I was about to like get in the mindset to play a ton of it and finally beat it, and then they dropped Metroid Prime, so it might take me a little bit.
Yeah, luckily Prime's a short game.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho,
great start to the episode.
yeah, yeah.
If anyone's watching, you can just skip all that here. It's really nice to tell you when to skip to in the aftermath, but 4 minutes in.
4 minutes. All right. Such noisy visitors. From the voices and footsteps. Two more in the back.
That is one thing about Edgeworth games. You always have a bigger party.
But it would be rude not to introduce myself. I am called Sir Handogan. What the fuck is the joke? I don't get it.
Sarandogan?
Sarandogan? Sir
Sir
Handogan.
Dog.
Sir Dog.
Yeah,
because he has a dog.
yeah, Sir Dog. Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth and I, we are old acquaintances.
This man is a former assassin.
Oh, like Hinaka.
The blind assassin, Sir Handogan. Oh, he uses a seeing eye dog to kill people. His weapons are sharp knives and a
Oh.
ferocious dog. His appearance is
That
always
should,
accompanied by the sound of a bell.
that should be a Fire Emblem class. You have a seeing eye dog that just kills people for
Yeah,
you.
you take the second seal and you have your eyes fucking gouged out.
Yeah.
Or you could just, have a towel wrapped around them. You don't have to go
Yeah.
with that fucking extra. It's said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victims hear.
Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you have come, Mr. Edgeworth?
That will not be necessary, small hands. You're already well aware of why we're here.
Can you stop rubbing my hand with your finger? It seems we know each other quite well.
Puppy. That boy's eating people. We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it.
There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. He would never do such a thing, right, Anubis? Good boy, good boy, good boy.
Anubis may be your guide dog, but you raised him to be a vicious killer. He was one of the weapons you used as an assassin.
Wasn't the dog white in the cutscene?
No,
To begin
dog's always
with,
been
it-
black.
Is the witness of a reliable sort.
It's true that Solid is also one of the suspects. And it's difficult to say if we can trust his testimony.
In any case, I think you have the wrong dog. Right, Anubis? Right, boy?
I wonder. If he knows who the witness is. There's probably like 2 dogs that look similar. I like to hear alibi from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday morning.
During the animal show? I was in my humble cell the entire time.
Oh, you weren't performing with your dog?
I was performing murder. I took up whittling recently. My focus
With a
is
corpse.
solely on the wood and chisel in my hands.
The prisoners have free access to chisels here? Normally that's not allowed. Yeah, he has a lot of shit in there. He's blind, I guess.
The warden is a kind soul. She has given me special permission.
Kind. Ridiculous. Even 5 metal chisels. Why? I guess you need different sizes.
Yeah.
Could become deadly weapons in his hands.
I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to other shapes after the 674th. Really? That many? Prison is fucking long. All it takes is time, which I have plenty of. Here is what I am working on now.
I'm also glad they allowed you to stylize your own
Oh, no.
self.
Oh no, he promoted as king to fucking
Cerberus.
Hydreigon.
Beta Hydreigon in chess confirmed. Can take out 3 pieces at once.
Yeah, I forgot about the rule they added to chess in 2006 that you can fuse 3 of your pawns together into Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon.
Blaz
I
ultimate pawn.
I hate when my opponent does that, especially in like bullet chess. That's 4,500 attack.
Did not know that you played chess
Seriously, what
incorrectly.
The fuck is that? You play as well, Mr. Edgeworth. I would like to test your wits in a game sometime. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I'm still inexperienced, as you can tell, because I think there's a fucking dragon.
What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog?
Just for the fun of it, I carved this hound piece. Chess is a game of war, pawns, knights, and castles. Each side pushing their forces to the limits to take the life of the enemy's king, when the real problem is their own king, revolution. However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare. Oh, okay. This is off topic, but this just reminded me in my D&D podcast I listened to at work. There was like this bit where they like freed like a captured soul in hell, and like the soul like it's floating away, and it's and like all the freed souls are like declaring their most heinous crimes that brought them to hell, and this one soul is like, I was in the war and I loved when the enemies had guard dogs because it meant I got to kill a dog. And the players were like, okay, we're gonna take that guy's soul. Actually, he doesn't get to be free. Anyways, but it is nothing more than folly. I still play by all the normal rules of chess, like my polymerization card.
Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison? No, apparently everyone fucking plays Edgeworth.
I always play correspondence chess.
Correspondence chess. So you play chess through mail. I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's basically what, like, you can do that on, like, chess websites, but it actually shows you the board, which is nice. You don't have to, like, puzzle it out. Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters, although they are subject to inspection. At the moment, I am waiting for my opponent's next move. How do I read these letters, you ask? Well, I think I'm losing this chess game, because I don't know either.
Braille does it. It's not impossible. So he plays chess with people outside.
Can you do Braille on paper? I guess you could, like, indent with your pencil?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
So he plays chess with people outside of this prison. Do you know who was murdered?
It was Horace Knightley, a most unfortunate lad.
Your ears are as sharp as ever.
They're actually very rounded, like my cranium. They're all I can rely on.
As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison.
On second thought, he might be fortunate after all.
Well, fortunate? How so?
He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. If this is your perspective, you could just die with one of your shovels. An assassination attempt on the president. What a bold man.
Assassination attempt.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knightley just...
He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact that the assassination was staged by the president? Oh, probably.
Yeah, I mean...
Whoa, hold your horses. Knightley didn't attack the president, but Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination.
You didn't know either, Uncle Ray? So they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley.
Now I see why the PIC is taking action.
Ah, so that's why they removed you from the case.
That pest guy was going to erect him on charges of an attempted assassination and indict him, not indirect.
I guess technically they're indirecting it.
And in doing so, they would have twisted the truth. I suspected it was a false charge. I heard about it from one of the guards, about Knightley. He kept desperately insisting I didn't assassinate anyone. That's what a killer would say, but...
But the courts are supposed to bring the truth to light. I mean, he did assassinate somebody. He shot his own guy.
Well, that's not an assassination. That's just murder.
Yeah.
I may not be well versed in law, but I can say one thing for certain.
You can still argue it's an assassination because it was set up.
But
I guess he wasn't paid for it. Yeah.
Well, assassination is like it's like if you kill somebody because of their like societal or political status, that is like.
Or if you crit and you roll a 1 and 2, then you also assassinate them.
Mm-hmm. Some of the prisoners here were convicted on false charges.
Ugh.
That's the reality of it. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Leaving the truth in the care of the court can be dangerous.
Leaving the truth in the care of the court is dangerous, huh? There was someone who said the exact same thing before. That investigator from Interpol who doesn't trust prosecutors. There he is.
You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, are you? Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder the court produces nothing but falsities and lies? Rest assured, next time we meet, I won't be forgiving.
I doubt his distrust is cleared up completely. You might have regressed between games.
You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the courts and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted, right?
Ugh.
It is nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor and that judge came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me.
But they let you have 5 chisels and a hammer.
Well, the warden's cool. Oh, it must have been those 2 rude people from before.
Prosecutor the best and Judge Courtney.
They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing.
They didn't look very hard. They might have also been
Seems
blind.
they were searching for the murder weapon. 'Tis a shame.
Too bad I only have 5 murder weapons in here. Unconnected,
They
of course.
searched the other prisoners' cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught.
Prisoner investigation notes jotted down in my organizer.
It's quite a problem. What should we do?
Saad's testimony alone will hold up. In order to confront him, we'll need evidence.
Now, if my guests be so kind as to leave.
Smithers, call the hounds.
Right, Anubis. Show them the way out. This is not a thing they should let a prisoner have.
Probably not.
Does that mean what I think it does?
Well, let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth.
Edgeworth stands up in the face of dogs. He deals with them all day in court. We shall meet again, Dogan.
It would be a shame for a long-awaited reunion to end so soon. That's why I called my dog to make you leave. I'll be waiting.
Just walks off. March 28th. Still. Now then. We still need to find that murder weapon.
Mr. Edgeworth!
She went all the way up there. It's fine now, Kay. Come down from there. Where's Mr. Shields?
Beats me. He just took off running like death was after him.
Good grief, that man.
What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We'll continue investigating. First, we should start by solving that one mystery. Knightley's body was found in a workroom inside the prison.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah. However, could you imagine if, like, the roles had been reversed and instead of Knightley killing Rook, Rook had killed Knightley, and then we got to see Minecraft Steve head turn? Dead. He was supposed to be in the detention center's holding cell.
Do you think when he took that bullet, he was like,
Ooh. It makes whatever the modern sound effect is, like, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
How did he get into the prison under such tight
Do you
security?
think all of his items dropped out of him in like the random directions?
His gun, his dirt blocks, his pickaxe,
his stack of like 3,000-pound gold
fireworks.
blocks.
Yeah. His elytra.
His elytra. Yeah, he really should have elytra'd out of there.
He should have considered right-clicking the block.
He should have ender pearled.
Held up his shield. Let's go investigate the holding cell at the detention. Actually, he should have fucking food healed. The hell was he doing at like 2.5 hearts?
Yeah. That was where Mr. Knightley was held, right? But what about Uncle Ray?
Let's just leave him be for now.
I thought we were supposed to be his assistants, though.
It took us 23 minutes to get back here. The victim's cell in the detention center was this way.
Let's check it out, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, this is truly dreadful.
It might be that warden, yeah.
What happened? Yeah. That's the warden, Miss Roland. She must have come from behind that no entry sign. So we still won't talk? Even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred from the precinct? I think you were Roland, right?
No, I wasn't.
That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed. Well, assassination sure is one tough cookie, huh? Did you just say assassin? Oh my. Pardon me, but were you talking about Sirhan Dogan just now? Oh, eavesdropping, were you? You naughty boy. Did you, question him personally, Warden Roland? Not just him. I try to have a heart-to-heart with all the prisoners and suspects. In my home, we're all family here. It's only fair I invite them to my warden's office. The warden's office? Oh, have you taken an interest in my room as well? It's just down this hallway, but outsiders are not allowed past this point. Down the hallway. So around there? You live in the prison? Such a lovely room. People do so enjoy being invited back there. I always show them the splendid view of my precious courtyard, which looks like a fucking circus.
The courtyard of this animal-filled prison? I'd sure love to see it.
Yeah, actually, it's gonna look like a fucking circus. I'm delighted that you want to see it. However, I cannot invite you.
What?
You're not a child of our home.
I will be once I get caught for being a fucking thief.
Well, you're gonna have to fucking wait on that now, aren't you? If you want to come here in the room, you have to be convicted first. That's a rather high hurdle to clear. Goodness me, look at how long we've been talking. I was just about to feed Allie her lunch.
I'm always saying that.
Allie. She's my favorite little angel.
I am also always saying that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off to the courtyard. Toodaloo. I never got a chance to ask her about Dogan.
Doganese.
What if it was Dojin?
Like Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Such wow.
Well, let's...
Many murder.
You know, how bad has Dogecoin been taking heat after Twitter?
Let's take a look at, let's see, Dogecoin.
Let's head over to the nightly cell. I don't even think it needed to destroy it.
It doesn't look great.
No, I don't
great.
imagine any fucking crypto's looking good at the moment. This is the victim's cell.
When did Mr. Knightley arrive in here again?
It was after the president's welcoming ceremony on the night of March 25th. So when and how did he move over to the prison? There might be some evidence left that can answer that.
All right, let's get cracking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, bud. Good work. Yes, sir.
It's fine, you don't have to keep an eye on us, Kay. As you can see, we are the great thieves of justice.
Huh? There is no we here.
I do always tell police, you don't have to watch me.
Yeah,
it always makes the interactions better. There are so many things in this cell.
Yes, although they don't all appear to be Knightley's personal belongings. There's also a collection of books that belong to the cell.
Wow, this might not be such a bad place to live in after all. Copium.
If you want to spend the night here, I won't stop you.
Thanks, but no thanks. But since we're here, we might as well learn everything we can. Alright, let's begin our investigation of the holding cell. This would be funny dialogue to do last. Chess seems to be popular here. Knightley even brought in a chess set.
No, from what I've seen, the only people who have an interest in chess are Knightley and that man.
That man? Ah, you mean that scary guy.
Indeed. Those two had a shared interest in chess.
You mean that scary guy, Magnus Carlsen, am I right? Or am I right? Hikaru, right? No?
Haha, butt plug.
If Allie didn't leave the room, she would have laughed at that, so...
The reflection in the mirror.
Ah, it's a security camera! A great thief's arch enemy! I guess they don't take too kindly to thieves here.
There's no reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. Guard! I would like you to check the footage of this security camera. If you find any problems, report to me at once. Understood, sir.
Alright, Edgeworth, we did that thing we practiced where whenever someone walks away, we both look north.
Oh my god, look at the menu. It's the same as the courtroom shit. It's probably super expensive too.
Mr. Edgeworth, is this a dining menu?
You can choose your daily meals in this detention center. However, unless you have the money, you won't be able to choose what you want to eat.
In the end, the world revolves around money. Doesn't this mean that the rich won't have to reflect on their crimes?
Yes. Well, those who come here haven't been declared guilty yet. He's like yanking on his chain. Yeah, but if they're rich, aren't they like almost guaranteed to be guilty? Listen, there are a few good people who don't need to reflect, probably.
It sounds like you're just making excuses for them, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, why should I have to come up with excuses for the detention center?
Ah, there's something on the desk.
It seems to be some kind of memo. Let me take a closer look. Next move is bishop to g2. Next I move rook, no pawn
Yeah,
to
I
g6.
thought he might be the correspondence player.
Yeah, correspondence.
Oh.
I love how he put it in a question mark.
Oh god, I think you might need my chess knowledge to actually find out what the problem is here. Let's see. Bishop to g2. Okay, so that's where it is. And he was gonna say you'd move his rook to...
Pawn to g6?
Pawn to g6. Well...
How? Oh, is he this side, I guess?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he's... But that is weird that, like, why would white be on the... Like, black should be on the opposite side of the ABC. Well, he's not, like, missing a checkmate or anything,
No.
right? I mean, he could do a check, but, like...
He's got both his rooks alive. Meanwhile, he has a bishop and a rook. Both have 3 pawns. Who's screwed here? I feel like it's probably Knightley.
Well, they have equivalent... Or no, they don't have equivalent material.
Yeah, they have
Wait,
2
what's-
rooks, and Doggin has a rook and a bishop.
Oh, okay. So Duggan is behind on material. So I mean, mathematically, Knightley is at an advantage, but also like, I don't know, the fact that Duggan's pawns are like a little further is like a tiny bit of a help. Mathematically, Knightley wins this though, if he doesn't fuck up.
How often does it happen where they cleared like this whole ass half of the board and then like this little huddle corner right here?
I mean, pretty often, honestly. You
Okay.
want to defend where your king is. Although what's weird is, like, where the fuck... How the hell did Dogen lose his rook? Or I guess he castled. Okay.
Rook goes down. Then I guess check, so he'd go there. And then rook would be there, but then the
Can you
bishop
check
would
the
take it.
organizer? Because I don't even know what evidence we'd be deducing here. Oh, I bet it wants us to deduce, like, on the handwriting that's Knightley. I don't think that has anything to do with the actual game of chess. But it was interesting to puzzle that out a little bit.
It's nothing of interest here. This is chess notation. It was probably the victims.
What's chess notation?
It's a memo that records the positions of the pieces on a chessboard. This is a good match. My next move would be pawn to... No, actually, before that.
Mr. Edgeworth, this is no time to be playing chess.
Ah, you're right. The positions of the chess pieces recorded in this memo. I feel like I've seen something similar somewhere else. I should take a closer look at the evidence I've collected.
Oh, is this like the same position that what's his face is in? Do we have that? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Go to the hound piece.
Ah,
Yep,
so
that's
he
the
actually
same.
made like a real life version of it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, look
cute.
at that.
But he has his dog piece. Fuck. The dog piece has covert. He doesn't know it exists.
Oh shit.
Fuck. It probably has like plus 30 avoid. Actually, it has plus 60 avoid.
So I think you want to deduce that, and yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still weird. Like, did they fuck up? Well, actually, what pieces? Yeah, no, that's super fucking weird that the black pieces are on the ABCD side. I don't think that's intentional. I think that's just like a mistake on the game's part.
Does it matter all that much?
I mean, it does, like, if you sat down at a chessboard and this is where the pieces were in, if you continued playing with the correct rules, you would the black pawns would be heading towards 1 and the white pawns would be heading towards 8.
Yeah.
So it would matter.
Which
it doesn't
color
matter.
Goes first? White.
White goes first, yeah.
Okay.
White goes first and starts on like the first and second files.
Yeah. So honestly, it doesn't matter that.
It doesn't matter for them if they both know what they're doing, but it is technically wrong.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that would change a lot. If they don't realize, like, if one of them's playing like one way and one of them's playing the other.
Oh, yeah, if there's a disconnect there, that's definitely a problem. But for now, I think you just present the Hatton piece.
That would change where the king is. This chess notation, I've seen it before.
You're still thinking about chess. Focus on the investigation. Focus.
Chess is quite important to this investigation, and every single one of them, apparently. Okay, have a look at this.
Are these the chess pieces from Dogen's cell? I don't know much about the rules of chess.
The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the positions of the chess pieces in this memo, and the pieces in Dogen's cell. Notice anything?
Ah! I don't know anything about the different chess pieces. But if you flip the board around, the positions of the chess pieces are completely the same!
Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece. The positions of the other chess pieces are identical.
What's going on here? I always play correspondence chess.
This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was...
Ah, are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley?
With this, we now have the evidence to link Dogen with the victim. He's only been here a couple days. They've gotten through a lot with a chess correspondence game.
Well, maybe they were playing before this. Maybe they knew each other somehow.
Yeah.
If you examine the rook pawn to g6, no, Edgeworth doesn't say anything about it.
No.
He doesn't. I was wondering if he'd have an idea.
He's like, rookie mistake.
Yeah, I wonder if you put that into like Stockfish, like what move it would tell you to make. There are a lot of books here. What's this? The Wonderful Warden of Hours, The Hound Whistler, The Animal Shack Redemption. Mr. Knightley was a surprisingly good person.
No, the Detention Center provides these books for the visitor's own edification. These books are supposed to help you grow as a human being. Including the one where the prisoner escapes. Huh. Seems a little like a, conflict of interest. Prison Life for Dummies. These books are written by model prisoners and former inmates.
Ah, here's a helpful book. The Great Escape in 80 Days, based on a true story. Oh, check this one out. Crime and Establishment, How to Make Money in Prison.
The problems with this detention center may run deeper than I thought. And that's saying something.
That might be everything to check out here.
Toilet. It's not as dirty as I thought it would be. And the toilet paper shows no sign of use. He didn't take a shit. Looks like there are no problems with the toilet.
That means when he died, he must have shit himself. And there's a huge problem.
And what's the problem?
It's totally awkward having the toilet out in the open like that. There's no fucking sink.
There's at least like a little. There's a little
dinky
divider.
Okay.
I would like die in prison.
They need to think more about the end user.
This facility wasn't designed with a spirit of service in mind. Would it kill them to have like a little box around the toilet?
Yes.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It's Horace Knightley's suit.
According to the results of my investigation,
What'd you find out?
a man who looks good in a suit leaves a more favorable impression with the ladies.
And a lady who wears a suit.
Leaves a better impression with the ladies. Next time I'll investigate men who look good in frills.
Please don't bother. We don't want to turn this into that one shit I posted earlier. Oh, Edgeworth, you're such a knight. What the fuck was it? Oh, God. It was,
This newspaper. It's missing a few pages.
It appears to have been torn out. Been ripped apart. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper?
Maybe they used it to clean the cell instead of a rag.
Or maybe when you realized that it was like, the president was almost assassinated by Horace Knightley. He's like, oh, fuck this. Just ripped out the newspaper.
Yeah.
Clean the cell. It's quite possible, I guess. There are a bunch of fucking animals in here. And there's also, like, pets. This looks like an uncomfortable bed to sleep in.
It's like Grandpa's shitty-ass bed.
Have you seen some of the Stardew mods?
Yes.
For Grandpa.
Did you install one in your thing?
I should have. I should have installed the one where he has like a heart on.
That would have been good, yeah.
But the pillow covers are clean, not a speck of dust on them.
Is this what the bed at Gummy's place looks like as well?
No, if my hunch is correct, he has an old beat-up mattress lying around in his room.
I mean, that's probably more comfortable, honestly.
Poor guy. There's also a lot of dust. Something seems off.
The floor here is clean. Was it mopped recently?
With the newspaper, maybe? Seems strange that only the areas in front of the bed has been wiped clean.
Eureka!
The floor here is clean. It was probably wiped down with something.
Did someone spill grape juice here?
I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what was used to wipe it. It's very likely the torn up newspaper.
Couldn't he have asked one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag?
Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. His cum.
Good one, Mr. Edgeworth. Really knocking it out of the park tonight, Mr. Edgeworth.
There's no personal experience behind that comment. So this is what our investigation turned up. Seems we found a major connection between the victim and Dogen. This is terrible. Or unless this is, like, the guy. It's always fun guessing who's talking.
Yeah.
Maybe it's probably just the guard. What happened? Yeah, it's the guard. The security camera recorded something terrible.
We saw Knightley cum all over the floor and clean it with the newspaper. What could this mean?
See it? Of course, sir. I have a portable playback device right here. Let's see it right away.
You mean a VHS? You fucking idiot.
Oh god, it is terrible. It's in 2 frames per second. This is...
This black thing has got to be that doggy, right?
Up until the point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison. I hope the murderer is like a furry in like a fursuit.
Oh, that'd be a good twist. A dog. That's kind of like modern Ace Attorney twist, but they can do it.
He's so fucking weird. Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison. But it appears I was mistaken. The place where Knightley was attacked was his cell. Which cell is this?
Hold cell.
Yeah.
That's what you do when the old heron man is sad.
Come here, cell. Thanks. It was the detention center. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. This is decisive evidence.
He's like, I'm Mr. Drova, why did I come here? This place sucks.
If Knightley was killed in this room, and this piece of evidence was found in the cell, takes on a whole new meaning. Which piece of evidence takes on a new meaning if the murder occurred in the holding cell?
Probably the stain that he wiped off. with his like with the newspaper. The wiped floor.
Yeah. For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. It's possible they were wiping away bloodstains. Because they wanted to transfer the body. Why the fuck is the floor so dusty? Thank you again for your hard work. I'll have your attention. May I ask for one more favor? Yeah, what would that be? Should be a detective by the name of Dick Gumshoe in the detention center of the prison, or the prison.
I don't like that emphasis, Mr. Edgeworth.
I would like you to give him a message. No, I always, you know, enunciate. Gumshoe. That wasn't the part you enunciated. Tell him to check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me. Every nook and cranny. Yes, sir. Forensics have been asked to look for traces of blood.
They should corner that old coot.
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison. And we still have to find some way for the warden to be the actual culprit in the end.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
why?
honestly.
Oh, no, just because she's super sus. I don't really see why. Scooby-Doo. Oh, okay, got you.
That's true, but once we figure that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth?
The guards here might know something about the murder.
I hope so.
Let's see if we can learn any new details from them.
Now, Kay, you didn't steal that toothbrush, did you? I'll go put it back. Alright, let's continue our... Ah! Yo, let's go!
Speaking of, what the fuck is he doing here? Think about him and he appears, I guess.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
Sorry to intrude. Gay tension returns. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady. Fancy meeting you here.
This man is Shilong Lang, an Interpol agent. About 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Zengfa by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here, fellow man of the wide hands?
Just some
Holy shit.
boring work. Nothing
were
you
wrong.
need to know about.
On top of a black dog, we meet a black wolf. Huh? You came alone today, Mr. Agent Lang? Oh yeah, 'cause your partner's a criminal. I forgot about that. LOL.
He was like, look at really. Usually, he'd have a huge police force with him.
Oh, that too, I guess.
Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy these past few days.
These past few days. Is he referring to the incident with the Zengfa president? No, idiot. He was referring to, like, whatever you've done with Phoenix in the past. What do you mean? I would have thought you'd be involved in the security, too.
Ha! Our president doesn't even trust his own country's police force.
And he was kind of correct not to.
Look at the results of hiring a private security company. It's laughable. Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why. He brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been a little bit different.
My subordinates, huh?
They're no longer with me. What happened?
They broke up. It was like a polyamory thing.
They're not with you?
Funny. Looks like I'm a real lone wolf now.
I cried myself to sleep last night.
Agent Lang, just what happened exactly?
Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. Well, be seeing ya, Mr. Prosecutor.
Mr. Lang.
Well, that was random.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
Yes, it troubles me too, but I guess there was nowhere else they could have put that scene to introduce his character, and there's nothing we can do about it for now. Okay, let us continue with our own investigation.
Got it. First, let's ask those guards a few questions. Hey, you sitting there with a rod up your spine.
Yeah, what's up? Notice anything?
That guy's got a rod up his spine. I found it the weak point of this facility.
All the guards have rods up their spine. Oh, Please, enlighten me.
There are lots of people here with rods up their spine. It feels like you're constantly being watched. However, there are still many blind spots we could use to hide and avoid detection. But not metal detection. All we have to do is aim for these blind spots. We can do it.
I wouldn't even ask what is this exactly you plan to do. More importantly, I feel like there are still a few blind spots to this case. I'll need to gather more info.
Mr. Lang looked kinda lonely without all of his subordinates.
Indeed. It appears that the Republic of Zhengfa has its own issues to deal with constantly.
Yeah,
It's
no
never
shit.
in any... It's always in fucking danger. But he's decided to follow the path that he has chosen. And the same goes for us.
You're right. First, we must solve this case. After it's all over, we can go cheer Wolfie up.
Well, I'll think about it. I don't even know where he's staying at. Wait, why does that matter?
Well, he
can
doesn't know
just,
where to
like-
go cheer him up.
You can just call him.
Look, he's used to his relationship with Phoenix, where he could just, like, barge into his house and eat ramen with Trucy, and be like, unnecessary feelings.
You there. Let me tickle your nipples and ask about the black dog around here.
Of course not. If I had actually seen it, please stop. Oh, I wouldn't be sitting right here so carefree. Seriously, I don't go on break for like an hour. This is gonna be, did something happen with that doggy?
Okay, let's not press this matter any further. Dogan's dog didn't come by the detention center.
Are you free tonight? No, okay. This is a difficult case.
What's
I have
wrong?
the same voice as the other guy.
Something troubling you?
So, sir, one of my uniforms has gone missing. But I'm certain that I placed it in this locker. Maybe the uniform grew legs and walked off somewhere. Yeah, real funny.
What kind of logic is that?
In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you. Yes! Thank you for your support!
Stolen from the locker in the detention center hallway on March 26th.
So what's this preferential treatment you give the other guard, huh?
Oh, there you are. Oh, no, actually, that might be,
That might be
name?
Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he came out of Cowboy Bebop. Mr. Shields, where'd you go?
I smelled a high schooler.
Well, indeed. I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Walking around this prison's hard work, you know.
That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction.
I went to go get a chili dog from Sonic.
That's like a better, that's a better bit. Let's make it. Let's ignore the fact that he's a little creepy and just make his bit that he likes to eat at Sonic.
I've got some new information. You want to hear it? Do you?
He sure changed the subject quickly.
I heard a little something from the guards.
The cheesy bacon pretzel dog is like 70% off right now.
It seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago.
An incident?
You know how Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? Well, after the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell, naturally a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell.
Look at his face.
That face.
His structure.
Well, the guard was unlocking his handcuffs. All of a sudden, Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. Seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared.
But there's been no reports of Knightley's jailbreak attempt 2 days ago.
Exactly. Strange, ain't it? That until his death, he was still in his cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the key in the first place. In fact, they searched his cell and the key was nowhere to be found. Basically, absolved of all charges.
Did they check his butthole?
He literally beat up a person.
Well, you know.
Did the guard who was struck have anything to say?
No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while I was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems.
So in the end, we still don't know what happened. Oh boy, even more shit.
That might be Sebastian. I don't know.
It's you. That voice.
Yep.
We're getting good at this. Or we've played too many Phoenix Wright games, and now we know like the
Yeah.
exact pace of everyone.
That's the actual answer.
God, that's sad.
What are you still doing hanging around here? Well, you see, this is my assistant. Are you here to object your investigation and make him into a laughingstock?
Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for.
Great staff. It started to become a lot less useful once you get later on in the game. In a way, I think his expression was apt.
It actually did a lot of heavy lifting in chapter 20, 19? 19.
Neat. For me, it like stopped being useful after chapter like fucking 13.
Nice.
Early game though, I used the fuck out of it, but then once you get repositioned, it just isn't worth
Oh
it.
yeah, I didn't inherit that on everyone. Yeah, so I gave everyone Corrin's bonding time or quality time so that I could get a bunch of support ranks.
Oh, quality time is actually really overpowered.
It's
Being
also
able to
good
heal-
healing,
Yeah, the healing is really good.
but I also just wanted to see more supports.
Pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I am.
I know you are Simon Key's defense attorney, are you not?
Well then, let's skip the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug.
Fucking weirdo.
Or maybe not. Why don't we go down to the local Sonic and get some salt water?
Incidentally, I heard you mention an assistant a moment ago. Yeah, we're assistants at the Edgeworth law offices.
Prosecutor.
Prosecutors are civil servants. To open a side business is to portray the goddess of law.
As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah, that's it. I was here as a volunteer worker. The purposes of my office isn't to make money. We're pro bono.
What a wonderful heart you have, defending others without demanding payment.
I do have an amazingly charitable heart, and it's so thankful that Sonic is so cheap that I'm able to afford their food and continue my lifestyle. So I'm only at Sonic.
More importantly, I'd like you to explain your reasons for arresting Simon Keyes.
There's no need to.
Is that a challenge against me? No, I was speaking with Judge Courtney. I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, you will fail like the rest. This motherfucker is like signing up for Team Rocket over here.
I know. I think that's why people like him.
Haven't said anything yet, but this is convenient. Then I will hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keyes?
I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, let us...
Just watch, Justine. Watch as I run around in circles against this useless prosecutor.
I think you mean run circles around me.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare thine self, Mr. Edgeworth. So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive, right? Of course, I was the first to notice it because I'm the best.
How am I supposed to go about pressing that?
How's that? Got nothing to say? Speechless in my presence?
Ugh, this guy sure talks a lot. So you're the one who arrested Mr. Keyes, I take it. Mr. DeBest, do you have a reason to do such a thing and a right?
Well, obviously it was the police who carried out the arrest.
But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest? As I expected. It'd be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time, however. Her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking?
Did I leave the oven on? No. No.
Are there any Ace Attorney ROM hacks? They're like different cases. I feel like
there's gotta be somewhere. I know they're fan games. I don't know if they're ROM hacks.
Yeah. So you want to know my reasons for arresting them? I imagine most of them are kind of a pain in the ass. Yes.
Definitely press that traces thing.
that guy over there. That's certainly vague.
Well, don't they say, the best hears one thing and understands 10?
You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly.
Sebastian, if it's alright with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? I'm sure that everyone wants to hear what you have to say.
Well, you'd be wrong about that.
All right, if you insist, Justine. We discovered that... Perhaps you don't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with them. From it, we found the suspect's Simon Keyes' fingerprints.
Well done, Sebastian. I bless you on behalf of the Goddess of Law. Please amend your testimony. Are you alright with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
Yes, please, for the love of God, yes. That's fine. Who's the thief who enunciates his words in Engage? What's his name?
Velkov?
Zelkov or something like
Zelkov?
that? Have you seen his support with Anna?
No.
It's fucking brutal. It's hilarious.
I will have to, I might use him on, like, a second playthrough.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. If you can somehow manage to get, like, Anna to fight him in the arena and get the Steve support for free, it is so funny.
I could just, like, eat food with them.
Yeah, you could do that, too. But then you have to get, like, a good rank with the food in order for him to actually talk.
I could do it a few times. Anyhow.
The victim carried a chessboard, and we found Simon Keyes' fingies.
So, it's on page 1 there.
Yeah.
Hit check. Oh, Simon brought it to him at his request.
Yeah.
So probably you present and you talk about how Simon brought it to him at his request.
Yeah. You fucking idiot. It's not sussy. That's normal. Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve?
Ace in my sleeve. Oh, ace up my sleeve. Oh, yes. The methods I used are always the best. This ace is my trump card.
Well then, I'm going to show you that it is not in fact a trump card at all. Simon Keyes was the one who sent the chessboard to the victim in the first place. So it's only natural that some of his prints would be left on it. That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash. Rash. To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a guard is a little unreasonable. Ah. What? What's with him all of a sudden?
I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash. You mean we were too quick to arrest the guy, huh?
He was stuck on that. Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him.
And I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. Sure, Simon Keyes isn't a guard or a prisoner, but...
Sebastian.
Judge Courtney.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that.
Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first?
Oh, the best part.
Why don't you tell them about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon? You actually have that, right?
Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Edgeworth, I think they're fucking... Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning.
I am making $20 an hour to babysit this loser. Please play along.
Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keyes?
I'm sure it will meet your expectations.
Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. Just what is she planning?
No, I didn't leave the oven on because it doesn't work.
Obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison's maintains strict control over potentially lethal weapons, except for that one guy who has about 5 chisels and a hammer. So, That's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside.
I mean, that's probably you probably present the chisels.
Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard. And since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon? At least it's clearer than his last testimony. It's the best reasoning you can get from prosecutor the best. How do you like that? Now he's mixing up the best in his own name.
But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner?
You'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard.
Inside the chessboard? Is there some place to hide a weapon?
I hope there isn't. He's just fucking wrong. Okay.
I just thought there were only chess pieces inside.
Wow, what an annoying laugh.
Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further. Huh. Well, this is... The top panel's removable.
It's quite deep.
Yeah. There's more than enough room to hide a small knife.
Understand now, this is how the culprit smuggled in the...
That wasn't even finished! Mr. DeVest, there's something you have forgotten.
It's fucking cry face.
There's a gate at the entrance of the detention center.
Huh?
Well, there is, but...
He means the security gates with the metal detectors, Sebastian. It's how they know if you're a guard with a rod up your spine. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember?
Yeah, that's it. I remember now.
Just the way he bounces back and forth between, like, clearly you don't own an air
Clueless.
fryer and, I'm sorry.
His hair looks like a question mark, but when he's surprised, it becomes an exclamation point.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning.
That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check.
So they don't use a metal detector for that?
This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless.
Yeah,
And
why?
this prison
why
is
is
a
this-
fucking kangaroo court, like every other court in the game.
In
the
the
franchise.
fucking series, actually.
Yeah.
Chessboard data updated in my organizer. Oh no, we metal detect the people gawking through, but not the packages. No one ever puts metal inside packages and sends them to prisoners. Never.
Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist.
You're welcome.
Fucking dumbass shit. God, I have to.
I'm still not over his cry face. Like, what do you mean? I wasn't even done yet.
Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth,
So good.
cross-examination.
Now then,
if you
Prosecutor
please.
Edgeworth,
Oh, yeah,
your
that's right.
cross-examination, if you please.
It's okay, she just got infected with that virus again. Cross-examination. It's as if we were in the courtroom. Very well, his reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think you present the fucking chisels to the. Yeah, fucking as if.
Do I even have the chisels?
Oh, I thought you'd have his room. I guess you don't.
I guess this?
I guess it says carved, but
Yeah.
that might not be it.
Even with the strict control, there were still some items that could be used, right? Yeah, things like grooming scissors.
Of course, there's more to this, right, Sebastian?
Exactly. At the time of the incident, only one was being borrowed. However, there was no reaction when we tested it for blood.
Those would be the scissors Mr. Salt was practicing with.
So the inside of the prison was
Completely clear of sharp implements. Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely. I do think. Yeah, like, it's gotta be.
No.
Really?
Mr. DeBest, what do you think about this piece of evidence? Why are you asking for my opinion? Don't you see? This evidence contradicts your testimony. What?
I don't believe this evidence has that kind of meaning.
Is that right? With Judge Courtney here, I can't strong-arm him.
Also, you don't need to yell objection so loudly, just showing evidence will suffice.
Well, you don't need to tell me that.
You also don't need to yell,
It would be funny if
"Overruled."
Edgeworth also started crying.
Yeah. Okay, there's gotta be another evidence point to this one, though.
Phoenix, the mean judge, yelled at me. It's like, oh wow, you finally know how it feels, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, check your shit. I mean... Right. Oh, I don't think you could kill someone with a key.
You could.
Yeah, I guess just press more things.
Can you be more specific about where it came from? Of course I can. It didn't come from inside the prison. Is he trying to sound smart?
Simon Keyes brought it in. That's what we mean.
Mr. Edgeworth, can't you even figure that much out? I'm disappointed in you! You've disappointed me from the start. So Simon brought the murder weapon. But how, you ask? It was inside that chessboard. Since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were on the chessboard. Is that really it? Okay.
Yeah. What happens if you go to the dialogue after this?
I think that's it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, though, there's usually it. That last testimony sure seemed like faulty reasoning.
Judge Courtney helped him out. No, the argument was entirely her own reasoning. In that case, this will be tough. Got anything up your sleeve, Miles? Of course, they don't know all the facts. This reasoning doesn't appear to have any weak points at first glance, but on closer inspection, there's a hole, right? I should press them to draw up more information, then find the hole in the logic. I'll strike first to take hold of any clues I find.
So, something we didn't press. We'd press that.
No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So where'd the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that. Well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with that statement? Yeah, there's a problem. You literally just said you checked the prison up to fucking down. The murder weapon is hiding inside the prison. I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence. You literally checked the whole fucking prison. You literally just said it. Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Ward and Roland, conducted a search of the whole prison. But you did not find the murder weapon, right? We must have overlooked something.
This guy just completely contradicted himself.
You carried such a sloppy investigation. I'm amazed you call yourself the best. Are you mocking me?
Sebastian. Please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace.
I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles below him?
Okay, that's pretty good, actually. Like, gotta give it to him.
I wish he'd stop messing around with other people's names.
Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far, far ahead.
Yeah,
Well.
okay.
Stretch.
Okay, don't get caught up in this too. Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it in there. Yeah. There was no way the Cobra could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence should show why.
Fucking metal detector.
I love how he just keeps contradicting himself.
Yeah.
He's a fucking clown. Have you completely forgotten your own testimony? This is like how Gordon feels when he talks to the people in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
He just keeps telling them the same shit, and they're like, what? That's twice you've insulted me. Oh, seems you remember what I said earlier. But you do well to remember further than that. What is that?
This guy, he really doesn't remember anything.
Seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors.
Oh wait,
That's
I did
what
it
you...
for once. Looks
No,
like
you
he
just
remembers
wanted,
now.
You just wanted to do the scream.
Yeah, I just want to do the scream.
Yes, there's no way someone else could have borrowed the murder weapon through these gates. Or, what the fuck? No, they wouldn't borrow the murder... There's no way someone else could have brought the murder weapon through the gates. There's no way they borrowed it. And so the crime and the criminal could not have taken it out in the prison. Fuck, oh my god. So the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either.
So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to?
I don't know, probably up some guard's ass or something. But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison. The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object.
We saw the very moment when Mr. Knightley was attacked, after all. If you can say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case?
From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon of this case becomes obvious. Dog! No, it's the VHS player in 2021 or whatever the fuck this is. Here's the footage from the security camera. Shows one of the cells in the detention center. See it with your own eyeballs. In all its two-framed glory.
Sucked into his hand.
What? It can't be.
Oh, seriously, what the fuck is that?
This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog.
I'll take your word for it.
I believe this is suspicious proof, wouldn't you say? And also sufficient. Jesus Christ.
Indeed, this is vital evidence.
Except he probably wasn't killed by the dog. He was just wrestling with the dog. Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Our witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime out on its own. However, there is someone who could have.
That's enough. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Judge Courtney.
It's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you?
Well, it's just as she says. There's still a huge flaw in my reasoning.
If that black dog is a prisoner's pet,
That was still Edgeworth.
how was it able to move between the detention center and prison?
Ah.
What will we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other. I knew it.
What? You're one to talk? You don't know either. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. So we'll just have to convict Simon because, well, somebody should go to prison. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for a recess now.
Fuck. Look, wait, I'm not finished yet.
Court has been adjourned. Leave at once.
This isn't a courtroom.
Well then, as I said, court is adjourned.
I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keyes?
Whatever do you mean?
Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and the prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? She starts bawling like, oh my god, I didn't think about that. Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison.
You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige.
What? Does she really have evidence?
It's about time I told you. Darth Vader was your father. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I can tell you the true secret. I did check up everyone's asshole. And I found more than just metal rods.
What'd you find?
Well, she's getting to that. What is she thinking?
It seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation.
Shoving stuff up his butt?
He is a circus performer.
Run. A circus performer?
Yes. Have you ever heard of the Very Big Circus?
That's not the name of the... Right? What was it called? It wasn't called the Very Big Circus, was it? It definitely wasn't. It was something else. It was like Max Galactica's tax evasion or something. I don't like the sound of that.
I'm okay, Allie. I'm not in, like, real physical pain, but oh, what I am.
She took some psychic damage. Circus.
This case is a callback. It has a callback to
But
the
of course.
worst, singular worst chapter of the entire
Yesterday was a day
franchise.
that I wouldn't have missed for the world.
Oh no, oh
Wouldn't
no.
have missed
If
for the
any of those
world.
characters show up, Ross,
Who would I even want to show up from that case? Like, if
No
one had to show up.
no one.
I guess Acro. If Acro showed up, I wouldn't mind that much.
If
Regina, I guess I wouldn't mind that much either. As long as
If
she
I
doesn't
was-
mention anybody.
if I had to enter a room with any one person from that case, or enter a room with a suicide booth inside, I think you know what room I'm walking into.
I don't think Acro would be that bad. Acro could probably get through the conversation without mentioning Mo or Max Galactica or I don't know, whoever the fuck the
But
dummy
he's
guy.
in jail, and this isn't a wheelchair-accessible jail, so he's not here.
Yeah, we have animals of all kind. No wheelchairs though. Wouldn't have missed for the world. Did he have some kind of important meeting? Oh heavens, no! I despise meetings. It was the animal show, of course. At least it's not playing the music.
It seems you've realized the horrible truth. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison, and the show was put on by the Very Big Circus. So then, do you mean Simon Keyes entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show?
At least they're
Funnily
doing
enough,
something different.
every single person that is a staff member of that circus ends up in prison one way or a fucking another. That we know for a fact.
No! This woman, she's been concealing this fact the whole time. I never would have taken this case. She only planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. I heard that Von Carver had to deal with that. She still comes to me. She still goes to therapy for it. Come to think of it, Phoenix has had so many nightmares. What are you doing, Justine? Don't put in like that.
Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first?
Is that really the best part? That's actually the worst part. But I guess that's her meaning. Mr. DeBest was going to say it, but then she stopped him. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. How do you like that, you worthless prosecutor? You didn't do anything.
Well then, now it really is time for a recess. I'll end with some advice.
Run.
Carry a gun so that if you run into fucking,
Anyone.
Max Galactica, you could kill yourself. I had already doubted.
Wouldn't it be a better
abilities
service to the world to
prosecutor.
kill Max Galactica?
The prosecutor. Which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that.
They really fucking screwed the pooch. All they had to do was not make him a groomer. How fucking hard was it? Everything else about him is not that annoying.
The rest of the case still sucks. But
Okay,
that is the
rest
worst
of its
part.
case still sucks, but it's not like that bad. I would just say, oh hey, look, it's the guy who everyone has to have like a redemption arc for, even though he's kind of an asshole to everybody. Which is why I relieved you of your authority.
I think I read this. Maybe I didn't, but
What are you trying to say?
the PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you not to show your face before me again.
Is that a threat?
The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. And one more thing. I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act.
That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I'm involved in so easily, small arms.
For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. However, it is impossible to trust somebody who works at the berry picks. It's very different from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you. I could fix her, honestly. I love his stride.
It's so confident until you, like, tell him that that Burger King removed the mozzarella chicken sandwich and he goes into, like, a frenzy.
Did
Like, no!
Simon lie to us? I mean, he definitely did by omission.
Seems he lied to Uncle Ray, too. This complicates matters. Why'd he go and do that? Hey, Miles, don't tell me you got cold feet already. Courtney Pie is quite a handful, but giving up is still cool. See, I'm actually trying to try out for the circus. I told I had to put on this act. Normally, I just care about Sonic and that's it, but for some reason, you have to also, like, you know, be a bit of a horny bastard. It's just, for some reason, defense attorney's creed is to never give up. Remember, you're my assistant. Of course, I don't plan on giving up either. It's just my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. It looks like we'll have to investigate once more. Why don't we go to the Berry Circus and do a little looking around?
I'd rather shoot myself. I guess if Mo showed up, it wouldn't be that bad.
Here's
Did
the
Mo
thing.
also try to hit on Regina? I forget. I don't think he did, right?
No, it was the fucking puppet guy.
Yeah, it was the puppet guy and... But no, it's the puppet guy and the ventriloquist. They were both fighting for her, and also Max Galactica.
Yeah, I mean, I count the puppet and the ventriloquist as the same guy. Like,
And for some reason, Phoenix was also calling her cute, which was also weird. It's like, yeah, she is really
look. So the thing with Mo showing up is that would still be very bad, but it would at least be a bit of a, like, so bad it's good kind of thing.
Yeah.
If, like, this case and then Mo just shows up to do a shitty pun.
I actually like Mo's theme, so I'd be okay
his
with it.
theme. Yeah, his theme is,
His theme's funny.
Theme's funny.
Did you see the video I posted in the Ace Attorney channel?
I didn't watch it, but I saw you posted it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. There's actually some cool voice acting in there. You get to hear a little bit of Von Karma. You get to hear Mo's voice actor. There's just a bunch of weird shit in there. And it does cut out all the grooming. Maybe the
That's
show
good.
did that.
That's good.
Why did you not mention that beforehand?
Oh, what I did. What did I mention?
That you're a member of the Very Big Circus? I mean, that's literally like being on a fucking sex offender registry, dude.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention it.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Well, it's just that, I'm not. I can't call myself a member yet. I'm just a recruit.
I haven't even abused any women yet.
Regardless, that still makes you a member. Also, my reaction to getting told that I'm a member of the Very Big Circus.
So why didn't you tell us that before?
If I had told you I was part of the circus, it would have made me look so sweet.
No fucking kidding, dude.
Since I also knew Knightley and all that, I didn't think anyone would believe what I had to say. Not even you guys, Kay.
Didn't we promise to believe in you?
But Mr. Edgeworth, you're just kind of scary.
Man, you're just terrible at getting info from people, aren't you, Miles? It's none of your concern. Looks like we need to have a talk with him again.
So, what did you do in the circus, Simon? Let's answer that off screen.
I guess you could say I'm a wild animal tamer. I'm just, still an apprentice, though.
Wow, that's incredible. That's the only thing you do, right? So you command lions and tigers to do your bidding, right?
Yeah, I do it to get closer to Regina. God, she's hot. Nuh-uh! Nothing crazy like that! No way, no way, no way! My partner is this little guy right here.
That should be the only returning character.
Also, I mean that, partner, right? We're
They would.
And that makes you a wild animal tamer.
He's more like an organ grinder than a wild animal tamer.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean, Ray? What do you mean?
When you go to Sonic and you get the delicious burger with cheese, they grind some
Yeah, they
cow
put a
organ.
kidney in it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's always what happens when you go in there on a sale day.
How did that get in here?
I forgot his name, Money. Hey, Money, cut that out. He could be quite a handful sometimes.
Oh, it's Ratatouille. What if they did a murder that was like an animal ratatouille somebody to commit murder? Wait, that's just a real term?
I thought organ grinders controlled their monkeys,
what
not the other way
kind
around.
of lingo have I not ever heard in my entire... Organ grinders?
I'm surprised Edgeworth knows what that is, but I guess that's what they're called.
Organ
Interesting.
grinder. An itinerant street musician who earns a living by playing a hand organ, or... Okay.
Oh,
and they have a monkey.
gotcha. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
That they should change that fucking name. That is Monka. Mm-mm.
Yeah, organ grinder is like a job that you get in a certain story that might be written.
That sounds like the occupation of somebody who's like who they've got their Sigma grind set that they're applying to knocking people out and like stealing their kidneys and selling them on the black market.
Yeah.
For money.
You grind them up into powder.
Well, it's just like it's the grind set, Gotta get
Yeah.
like at least 10 kidneys a month.
I'm pretty sure you'd be set for life on that.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you told us you were just a regular employee, correct?
Even if I'm a member of the circus, I'm still legally an employee. We're just like any regular company. The ringleader's the boss, and I'm just a grunt. I even have a supervisor. She's the head of the Wild Animal Tamer Division.
That's Regina.
No matter what kind of fierce creature, they all immediately follow her every command.
That's the music again.
Oh.
Get out your
no.
barf bag.
She might even be able to get a handle on Miles over here. I wish she'd get a hand on my handle, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's Sonic.
I'm not a wild animal. Did you and your supervisor take part in the animal show here at prison? Phoenix bursts in the door. Sometimes you're a wild animal. Get the fuck out of here, Phoenix.
Yeah, it was just us two. It was only a small operation this time around. Basically, my supervisor takes center stage, and I take care of all the dirty work. Well, I did have a tiny part in the performance.
So there are only 2 members of the circus that are related to this case. And what were your movements? Although
That's
the other
something
member
your
of the
doctor
circus...
asks you when you've got a bacterial infection.
Yeah. The other member of the circus probably isn't even Regina. It's probably the warden.
I hope that's the case.
So, can you tell me more about your movements around in the prison?
Okay. I went to meet Knightley 2 days ago, around noon.
And that's when you gave him the chessboard?
That's right. And then that night I started setting up the stage in the courtyard. It was pretty tough going back and forth, moving all the crates by myself. I left everything in workroom A, I think. Just temporary storage.
Look at the sad Funky. Workroom
Yeah.
A. That's where the body was discovered.
Didn't your supervisor help you at all?
No way! I can't let her do anything like that. That's my job.
The monkey, too.
Yeah.
After I got everything ready, we started rehearsing. When we left, it was almost midnight. The show was set to start at 8 a.m. the next day and go on until 10 a.m.
The only one who went in and out of the body was... Went in and out where the body was found is Mr. Keys. But then the body was found just before the show ended. Do you happen to know why you were arrested?
I mean, I don't know why. I guess he just is. I mean, he works with the shitty pedo circus from Ace Attorney 3.
Yeah.
Ellie looks concerned.
It's not an incorrect description.
Hey,
It's
well,
not like a 0% amount of the employees. It's not even like 25%.
It's actually a majority of the fucking
of the characters you meet.
Yeah, or of the characters
It's
you meet. Yeah.
okay. Bat's not a pedo. Bat is actually of age. Bat, like he's like the same age as Regina, I think. Right?
I don't remember who that is.
He was the guy who was bitten by the lion. He's Acro's brother.
Oh, was he? I don't know.
Yeah, Bat was about her age. Max is not. He's
The
like
fucking
13
ventriloquist
plus
guy looks
years.
he looks like he's 40. I don't know how old he actually
And
is.
the ventriloquist, don't even get me fucking started.
I mean, that puppet's probably like only a few years old. It's like the puppet from Victoria.
You know, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if they literally didn't make a point of it that Regina is like kind of very innocent and childlike.
Yeah, no, it's
Makes
super.
it so much weirder. You know, that's the real reason Mo brought her into the courtroom. Maybe Mo is actually secretly kind of a boss. It's weird how it happened so fast.
I don't think that the pest guy would have had you arrested on a whim.
I wouldn't put it past him, though.
Well, maybe it's because of that.
No one ever talks like that. By the way.
When I was moving the crates, I decided to go check on him. You know, nightly.
You went directly into the detention block? Did you have permission?
No, I had to sneak in. It wasn't a formal visit or anything.
Didn't you already see him 2 days ago? Why would you go and do such a thing?
Well, we're the only friends either of us had since childhood. He was the same as me. We never had real families. I just wanted to talk with him for a bit, so I went to see him.
You didn't have a family?
When I was younger, I lost the only family I had, my father.
So is that it? I know all too well how it feels to lose your father at a young age.
No, you're the same as Mr. Edgeworth and me.
So it was just the two of you talking at that time.
Yeah, all the other cells were empty and there weren't any guards nearby either.
But then you got found out, and that's why they suspected you.
Do you think it's like Psy monkeys?
What?
like his name is Simon Keys, like monkey.
Psy monkeys. Yeah, that's definitely it. What? What? Did I do something really bad? It's also Simonese, like Siamese,
Mm-hmm.
because him and the monkey are.
Mm-hmm.
Something must have happened while Mr. Keys and Knightley were alone. It's probably the best logic. It seems that we'll need to talk with your supervisor as well.
Oh.
She should be here today. Probably in the courtyard. Oh, I'm sorry it turned out like this, boss. The way he's saying that, it might actually just be Regina. Which I'm fine with.
Simon, if there's anything we can do to help, just tell us.
Nothing wrong with Regina.
In a vacuum.
In a vacuum. What, but I can't do anything in return.
Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Do not relate me to that circus.
Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past that you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you're probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you.
The fucking sound.
Well, what do you have here? Starting to get a hang of the whole defense attorney gig? You sound a bit like your old man just now. Tuh, me sound like my father. He would say that the defense attorney's job is to be an ally to the deserted. You're gonna ride that stallion into the sunrise. Wait for me. I want in too.
And we could go through the Simon drive-thru. Wait, Simon drive-thru. Excuse me, the Sonic drive-thru.
I'm sorry, my drive-thru isn't opened.
No, wait, no, not my drive-thru. Blushing.
Mr. Shields, I think you mean sunset.
Yeah, of course. It was just a joke. I wouldn't actually
Oh,
go to
I
Sonic
missed-
on the job.
I missed their joke.
I like the idea that he was laughing at our joke. Want some candy? No, thank you. I don't like sweets.
Oh, really? What a shame.
He also walks around with candy in his pocket. Of course he does.
Yeah. What's wrong with the sunrise? The legendary Yatagarasu is all about the sun, since the sunlight always exposes the truth.
Good grief. For now, let's just head to the prison courtyard and see what we can find there.
I think that's about a good place to stop.
Probably.
The shutter is open. You know, speaking of the sun, though, I was actually thinking about it the other day. The sun isn't really as useful as the moon, because if you think about it, the moon gives us light when there's like no light at night, but the sun gives us light when it's already light at day. Like, it's not that useful. The moon is like way better.
What?
Because, okay, but think about it. At daytime it's bright, so it doesn't matter that the sun is giving off light. But at nighttime it's dark, so the moon gives us light at night.
The only
So,
reason it's
it's
light at
more
night is
useful.
because of the sun.
Hook, line, and sinker. All right, good episode, everyone.
What? I don't get it.
I mean, that was the joke.
That sounds like an argument that the best would come up with. It's
do you mean
already
an
bright in the morning, so the
Well,
sun
yeah,
doesn't do anything.
that's what that's the joke. Is
Okay. Sure.
what do you mean?
That's-
Sure.
I don't get the joke.
The joke is that it's a stupid thing to say.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.